Hey Tubies, this is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back with all of you. I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to my last video all about my new title of nobility, where I told you about my new title as Prince of Snowden. Anyways, we're going to have more on that in the coming months. But today I wanted to come to you and talk to you about UFOs. Been getting a lot of mail. People said, Psychic Bob, you didn't talk about UFOs in your 2015 predictions. Yeah, you know, I realized that this year there's going to be so much activity, I thought it deserved its own video. And today I want to talk about that. You know, as I have told you guys, you know, in my book that came out a few years back, which was called When Worlds Unite, I predicted, and I should say my guides predicted as well, really it's from them, that they said in the coming years, the next 4 to 5 years, there was going to be a lot of step up in the UFO activity. And interestingly, that does seem to have come true. You can do a study, especially on YouTube, look over the last 4 to 5 years here, and you're going to see that the number of UFO sightings and videos has really increased substantially. And, you know, I'm not really surprised because this really points to the issue that we are about to have a major breakthrough. I believe if not this year, then in 2016, there's going to be such an event that is going to be so world you know, not cataclysmic, but world-renowned that nobody can ignore it anymore. This year in 2015, I really feel like we're going to start seeing literally a few different areas that I want to call hot spots around the globe. And some of the areas I want to keep an eye on is, one, I want to watch the American Southwest, particularly New Mexico. No surprise, that's always been a hotbed of activity. But this year, I really feel like it's going to get almost like a daily occurrence. It's almost like it's going to be so much that everybody's going to stop their cars on the road and watch it. It's going to be overwhelming. So I want to watch particularly the state of New Mexico here in the United States. I also want to keep an eye on Southern California, particularly Los Angeles area. I do see that as being another hot spot. Interestingly, also Florida will be really picking up a lot of activity this year, particularly around the Gulf Breeze area of Florida. I do see a lot of energy around that area, a lot of activity. I want to also keep an eye, interestingly, on Washington, D.C. Now, I live in the Washington, D.C. area, and this area has been pretty quiet for UFO activity over the last few years. But if any of you have been here long-time residents may remember, back in the early 1950s, Washington was a real hot spot. They had a major UFO formation fly over the capital of the United States in Washington, D.C. And in fact, Shirley MacLaine, the famous actress who I've done readings for, did witness that and wrote about it in her diary. And this is when she was a teenager, before she was even famous. So, you know, that energy, you know, particularly like we saw in the late 40s and early 50s, is going to start to pick up. And I feel like it's like the 1940s, 1950s were kind of the initial, hey, we're here. And over the years, they've kind of just been observing. Now they're ready to step up their game, and I think 2015 is a really hot year. So I also want to keep an eye on Washington, D.C. Now, I have a lot of viewers also in Canada and in the United Kingdom. And in Canada, I really want to watch the western province of British Columbia. I feel like that entire province is also going to be an activity this year. I also want to keep an eye over the city of Montreal. I feel like Montreal is going to have a higher than normal number of sightings. Over in Europe, I particularly want to watch around Stonehenge. I feel like Stonehenge is a very strong energy vortex, and this year really is going to show a number of record sightings of UFO activity in that area as well. I'm also being drawn to France, particularly the southern coast near Monaco. Well, Monaco is a separate country, but between France and Monaco, southern coast of France, Biarritz, I want to watch that area in Europe as well. And the other area that really I'm going to keep a close watch on is the Vatican. It's my personal belief, and I think I'd be interested to hear some of your views, that I believe that the Vatican already is in contact with an alien race. I do believe the Vatican will be one of the kind of grounds where it will open the discussion. I believe the Vatican will lead the way, I should say, in opening the door to the alien arrivals. So this next year, 2015, and I think beginning of 2016, really where a lot of stuff really starts to go down. And it's going to be very, very interesting. So I want to really watch particularly the Vatican. So those are kind of some areas of hot spots. The other area that I'd like to keep an eye on is also Jerusalem in Israel. I feel like Jerusalem has already had a few incidences, and I think that we're going to see another kind of what I call a light show over Jerusalem. Probably it'll be closer to the summer months, but I do see activity in Israel as well. So we're going to be having all of these places, and if you keep track of this and monitor it, you're going to see that I'm right in how the vision or the activity is escalating, and they will be visible appearances like that. Everybody will see. It will be an objective knowledge. I do also feel that among the psychic community, there's going to be a heightened awareness, and I do see a lot of psychics and mediums receiving channeled messages this year as well, myself included. I have had connections with those from the stars, and I feel like that energy is building, and we may be able to get some of that captured on film, and I will share it here as well. Should I have the opportunity to receive a message and channel it, I will definitely bring that to you as well. So 2015, my predictions, happening year, a lot of activity. Watch all these spots. Keep your eyes on the sky. I'm telling you, behind me I have my window open because it's been so dreary and rainy. I really am enjoying the light coming in. So hopefully the glare is not too much. I love the light though. It's just beautiful. But I can tell you I am watching the skies. It's 2015, super active year. You keep it here at Spirit Channel. We'll have all the latest and greatest. Thanks for being here, guys. Blessings to all of you.